Hello, everyone, and welcome into Coach Craig Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Friday, January 3rd. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. We will be going over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. In the morning, I'll be posting my injury report, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Injury updates throughout the day, as well as my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, in addition to all those starting lineups as they do come out throughout the night. Before we get going too far into this video, first of all, I want to apologize. It's been a little while since I made a video. Obviously, was sick, dealt with the holidays, everything else like that. Should be back on track for this video for Friday, and then Tuesday through Friday, all the following weeks from there. Obviously, there'll be a small pause for the NBA All-Star break, but going forward, should be pretty steady for the most part. But without further ado, we'll start off with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at the point guard position with Darius Garland of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He is $7,300. Looking for 36-37 out of him to pay off at that 5 times price tag, averaging 37 so far on the season. Been playing pretty well as of late, so currently I'm projected for about 40 DraftKings points tonight. Definitely could have a little bit upside for more, maybe a little bit of downside for less. Interesting matchup versus the Dallas Mavericks, who are playing without Luka Doncic in this matchup. Then we move down to shooting guard with Christian Braun of the Denver Nuggets. Been a little bit down as of late, so his price tag reflects that $5,000. Looking for at least 25 of them to pay off at that 5 times value. Averaging just under 27 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the San Antonio Spurs. Should be a pretty good pace-up spot here just in general. His minutes are pretty solidified at this point in time with no Aaron Gordon in this matchup. So if he goes out there, if he scores the ball well, if he contributes in a couple different categories, could easily outperform this price tag. Currently have him projected for about 27, 28. Definitely does have a little bit of upside for more. Maybe a little bit of downside for less if he doesn't shoot the ball quite as well in this matchup. And then at small forward, we're going to go with Max Strus, who is only $4,000. Looking for 20 out, averaging about 16.5 so far in the season. Hasn't played in a lot of games, but his most recent game started to shoot the ball a little bit better, started to play bigger minutes. If that trend continues once again, going to be a good value at $4,000. Currently, I'm projected for about 25. Could have some upside for more, could have some downside for less, but at this price tag, willing to take that chance. Then we move down to power forward with Tobias Harris at $4,900, looking for 24, 25 out. Averaging just under 28 so far on the season, and he's heading into a pretty good matchup against the Charlotte Hornets. Been a little bit banged up, hasn't played the greatest as of late, so obviously his price tag has dropped because of that. But at this price tag, I'm willing to take that shot. He's coming off a really good game. Currently, I'm projected for 28, 29 in this matchup. Definitely could have some upsides for more. Some pretty strong upside for more. A couple extra shots to go around with no Jaden Ivey. But there is that downside for less. But at $4,900, that is a shot that I'm willing to take on this slate overall. And then last but not least, we're going to move down to the center position with Isaiah Hartenstein of the Oklahoma City Thunder. $7,300, looking for 36, 37 out of him. Averaging just over 38 so far in the season. Goes against the New York Knicks, his former team. Could say this is a revenge game for him. I don't really think the Knicks had the money available to keep him either way. So might not be quite as bad a blood there, but he's a guy that does have some pretty significant upside, and a guy that's going to get you most of the time right around 37 to 40 points. Looks like a really solid, steady, safe option overall. As long as he stays out of foul trouble going against Karl-Anthony Towns, should be a pretty good game for him once again. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed, you have $21,500 remaining, just under $7,200 remaining per player. So as of right now, it looks like a bounce build type of day, but I think there's going to be some decent value on this slate overall. We'll see what it looks like as the day moves along. We got a couple teams on back-to-backs, so we'll see what ultimately ends up happening throughout the day. Be sure to look out for that updated core as we do get closer to lock. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my core picks over there. So on the FanDuel side, we're going to start off with Darius Garland once again, $7,500, so he is $200 more expensive than he is over on DraftKings, but we're looking for 37, 38 out of him. He's been playing really well as of late. Currently, I'm projected for 39, 40 points on the FanDuel side. Has a little bit upside for more, a little bit downside for less at the same time as well. Going against the Dallas Mavericks in this matchup with no Luka Doncic, should be a pretty back and forth game unless Dallas completely lays an egg. Then we're going to move down to shooting guard with Max Strus. He's $4,300, looking for 21, 22 out of him. Like I mentioned on DraftKings, he hasn't played a lot of games so far this season. Obviously came off a major injury that caused him to miss a good chunk of time. And his most recent game was his best game by far. Played the most minutes, shot the ball the best. And if he does anything close to that in this matchup, it's going to look really good overall. Once again, we're looking for 21, 22 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 24 on the FanDuel side tonight. Could have a little bit upside for more if that shot's going down. Could have a little bit downside for less if he doesn't get the minutes or if his shot is not going down in this contest. Then we're moving down to small forward with Trey Murphy, $7,500, playing really well as of late. So 5 of his last 6 games, I believe he's had at least 39 points. At $7,500, we're looking for 37, 38 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 40. Really attractive matchup versus the Washington Wizards. Definitely could have some strong upside for more. maybe a little bit downside for less, but he is a guy that can contribute in a lot of different categories. He's played really well so far this season, so I don't see too much risk with him in this game tonight. Then we move down to power forward Miles Bridges, $7,700. Playing really well with no LaMelo Ball. We'll see whether or not LaMelo Ball plays tonight or not. If Ball's out once again, more opportunity, more uses for Miles Bridges just in general. Attractive matchup for the Detroit Pistons. We're looking for 38, 39 out of him. He's been playing extremely well as of late. Currently, I'm projected for 41, 42. If LaMelo Ball's out, that probably looks a little bit closer to 45. Obviously, if LaMelo Ball plays, probably a little bit closer to the 40 side of things. Then last but not least, we're going to go down to the center position with Jalen Duren. Really volatile so far this season. Foul trouble, minutes, everything else like that. But in a matchup versus the Charlotte Hornets should be pretty attractive, although Mark Williams is playing pretty well as of late. Duren is $5,800, looking for 29 out of him, averaging just under 27 so far on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 30-31 in this matchup if he gets the minutes. However, if he does not get the minutes, could ultimately underperform at this price tag. We'll see if another value play opens up at center throughout the day, especially from the Celtics team. You know, Al Horford's not going to be playing the back-to-back. Kristaps Porzingis, a little bit banged up right now, missed a few games. So if he's out once again, in addition to Al Horford, you're probably either getting Luke Cornett or Quetta in that starting center spot, which could be a pretty good value overall. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players they do currently have listed here, you have $27,200 remaining, $6,800 remaining per player, so looking a little bit more like a bounce build type of day. We'll see what other value does open up throughout the day, which will give us the potential to pay up for some star players, but should make for a pretty interesting slate overall. Obviously, it's a 9-game main slate on FanDuel. It's got the 2 last games of the night, and then over on DraftKings, it was a 7-game main slate. But with that being said, that's what I do have in terms of my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And then once again, I'll be listing the injury report in the morning. And if my math is correct, we have 3 teams on back-to-back, being the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Thunder. So those injury reports for those 3 teams will be coming out later on in the day. So be on the lookout for them, as well as other injury updates. And then as we do get closer to lock, I'll be posting my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, as well as the starting lineups for all the teams as they do get announced. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we have NBA DFS in terms of the core pick videos, Tuesday through Friday, getting back on schedule now. Do once again apologize for the last couple of weeks. Obviously, it was a little chaotic, being sick, holidays, everything else like that. And then with that being said, I'm going to try to drop my NFL DFS cheat sheets for Week 18. And I'll probably try to throw a player pool together for free over on the Patreon as well. So definitely going to look out for that. At the very least, there should be some cheat sheets coming out. So it definitely makes for an interesting Week 18, which kind of ends up being a chaotic week just in general, with a lot of teams resting some of their star players, especially if they already clinched the playoffs. But could make for a fun DFS slate overall. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Prize Picks, and Parlay Play. If you're a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match on your initial deposit up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities to be had out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully each and every one of you had a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Otherwise, happy holidays for whatever holiday you celebrate. And a very happy New Year as we start 2025. And the best of luck for NBA DFS for Friday, January 3rd.